Merry Nordmas, indeed. If I can remember how to do all this. Apologies if it cuts out as well, because internet might be fixed, might not be, might be broken still. We'll work it out. Someone will probably say I've gone offline on the YouTubes or whatever. If it breaks. Hello, I'm BoredGamer. I'm streaming today just because my internet may have been fixed earlier today, or at least more stabilised. So I went, let's give it a stream because I haven't been streaming the whole of December because of internet troubles. And it's also made my life a lot more difficult when it comes to uploading and downloading and making videos and playing games and lots of stuff. I fortunately have some sort of like mobile data and a second line in the house. I do have another internet connection, but it's not a good connection. It's pretty trashed here and not suitable for streaming and not really suitable for downloading. It's sort of a browsing line is how I would describe it. But yeah, hope everyone is doing well. I've just seen that someone has just pledged on my Patreon for $60, so thank you so much. That's a ridiculous amount of money to be on Patreon especially, so genuinely thank you. Old Martin Foss, thank you. Genuinely appreciated, sir. Hope everyone's doing well. Sin is on her Christmas holidays. She'll be back on properly on the 2nd. I think she's going to try while she's away to do an additional lore video. There'll be a lore video going out tomorrow. We've got a couple of videos already recorded. I was going to make another one today, but I'll just release one of the ones we've already got recorded today. We've got things for like all of the mini events and major events in 2024. So that goes from Luminalia to Fleet Week to Triggerfish, all of that sort of stuff. So the Valentine's Day ones, the St. Patrick's Day ones, all of that. But also CitizenCon and the other major events as well as the patch releases. So sort of like anything that's milestone / bookmarkable, anything you put in a calendar for Star Citizen. Things like that. Record some stuff like that. In the new year, I really want to do, and I have the whole of this year, but not really done it, or at least the last 6 months. Start doing the organisation spotlights again. So looking at people's orgs, looking at potentially as a separate series as well, looking at Star Citizen hardware and peripherals and things like that. Sort of in addition to the other content we do on our channel, which is news-based, guide-based, sort of patch notes, lots of stuff. One-stop shop to Star Citizen's the idea, but there's so much to do in Star Citizen, and I'm no expert on every area of Star Citizen, because that'd be madness. You've got people that are good at like ship combat that want to do PvP, like Avenger 1. You've got people that are incredibly good at like PvE or want to do a particular role in Star Citizen, like mining or whatever. And I'm not a specialist in any of these areas. I play the game. I play it a reasonable amount, but I'm not competitive in any of these particular areas. So I might get some experts to help me with some of this stuff. Hello. Hope you're all right. Thank you very much for the kind words. Hope everyone is doing well. Hello. If you've got any questions you would like to ask during the stream, a question in brackets and sort of ask away. It can be about Star Citizen, can be about me. Star Citizen's probably a better idea. What's on the menu for Xmas board? Merry Xmas and a Happy New Year. So, for Christmas time, typically I will cook for my family. So they will come to my parents' ancestral home. And I'll cook. So I'll be doing this year a fillet of beef and a turkey crown, and then sort of like all the roasted dinning trimmers you could imagine. That is the idea. I've just finished boiling a gammon as well. So sort of like for New Year, not New Year, for Christmas Eve and Boxing Day, I'll serve gammon. So yeah, I need to finish roasting it after this stream. But Christmas dinner quite nice. Typically, I used to be a head chef, so it's not too much of an issue cooking. If it's only going to be for 6 people total, it's a small amount of people to cook for. So yeah, pretty chill. for me. Hopefully it won't be stressful. We do have a lot of cats in the house at any given time. So I own one cat. She's almost entirely blind, but she can see a little bit. And she's got very good other senses. She's a little bit like, Daredevil. Well, maybe not that good, but, she gets by. She knows where everything is. You can go out in the garden, knows where everything is in the garden. But 2 of the neighbours' cats come in from separate neighbours. One of my mates that lives like 10 doors down from me, his 2 cats come here. And then we've got some other cats that are just generally in the neighbourhood that come to our house. And it's probably because we have good food, because they're always trying to eat all the food in the house. I have to separate the house into 2 sections. And I'm worried that Christmas Day there's going to be cats trying to jump up on the table and stuff like that. It'll be a madhouse. Love cats. Don't really want to introduce them to anywhere where I'm eating dinner. Well, like a Christmas dinner anyway. I'm fine with eating dinner next to my cat normally. But lots of cats in an area where cats like to frequent. Not ideal for Christmas. Christmas dinner anyway. So hopefully it will be right. My mother had her back, unfortunately, recently, so I've been looking after her. And that's been stressing me out a bit, just because I'm trying to do good work. Zin's gone on holidays, and I'm sort of super tired. Going out tonight. I haven't been out for a while. Going out to see some of my friends for Christmas Eve. And it's going to go to the pub and have a couple of drinks. I've been looking at houses as well, so I'm planning to actually buy a house rather than stay with my parents or my mother or rent or anything anymore. I'm going to buy a house early next year is the plan. I'm sort of looking in all over England. So I'm not really tied down by any given area. I just want to get a reasonably nice house and set it up so I can play board games with my mates on the weekends, have people around all the time. That's the idea. And have a bit better set up for streaming and content creation. And I might start doing other stuff on other channels. So I might start doing board games, which originally BoredGamer was going to do. But I just sort of, after doing a variety of PC games from Diablo, which actually did really well, to Titanfall, Evolve, and lots of other stuff, I settled on Star Citizen because I was really enjoying Star Citizen, and there wasn't much other content on that at the time. I've been doing this for almost 10 years. Oh my god. Oh my god! Whew. Jack, you want to hold BD, Jack? I'll see if I've got something spare at some point. See if I can give some stuff away to people around Christmas. I suspect I've got some free ships to give away, and we'll start giving them away in other ways. Did you know that I love your shiny bald head? And your freaking face. Thank you, JP Cohen. I can see that you're blind because there's a lot of spelling mistakes there. Hope you're doing well, sir. Hope your book and writing career is doing well as well. Haven't chatted to you in a while. We'll have to catch up properly soon. I'm a bit of a recluse, even with my sort of close proximity friends. I've literally got one of my oldest friends who lives 10 doors down from me now, and they play board games all the time, and they keep on inviting me over, and I never have time to go over there. So it's not just you, a recluse; it's everyone. On a previous stream, you noted my question about customization ship paints. Perhaps ask CIG any news about this. So this is an interesting one. CIG had been working on ship customization for externals of the ships. So some form of paint scheme, some form of applying skin scheme. There was a couple of ways they were going to do it, and they sort of went dark on that. I asked them about it, and they said there'd be more on that in the near future. I think they said there might have been future. I will poke them again about it. I was expecting to see something by the end of this year, but obviously we haven't. So maybe it's something they're going to be revealing next year. But ship customization appears to be something that is on the cards in the not too distant future. But yeah, some way of painting ships beyond just skins. Or if it's possible they have gone for, well, actually we just want a skin system. But I would like a freeform painting system. We know the tech is available to do it. It's just the front end for that, which is more complex. How complicated do you think crafting will be? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Complicated. probably not that complicated beyond you needing the right blueprints, the right facilities, and the right materials. Yeah? So those are the things that you need to get to be able to make the thing that you want to make. And then it's going to be time associated with that as well, right? So you get those things, you can fabricate anything up to making a ship. That's what Cloud Imperium have said. There's going to be lots of things you can fabricate, from ammo to ships. Base is super important. Bases, all the base buildings, a lot of the base buildings you'll want to either find blueprints, get rewarded blueprints, or buy blueprints, and they're going to be different sort of rarities and things. What in Star Citizen are you looking forward to most next year? Probably base building. It's Alpha 4.0 in base building. But also there's loads of stuff that they could do at CitizenCon, and we could see a release date for Squadron 42 next year, or even a release of it. Well, almost, we'll see. I would put money on there being a release date at the minimum for Squadron 42 next year. They will go, this is the release date. And then start a full-on advertising campaign for 2025. But I'm assuming that they'll want to get... I'm hoping they'll have Squadron 42 out by the end of the year. End of next year. If money was no object, or you were offered one ship, no strings attached, which ship would you have that you don't already own? Bengal? I'll have a Bengal, please. Give me a Bengal carrier. Or give me the... what's the really big one? That's not built in Squadron 42 Episode 1. Can't remember what it's called. But it's a super dreadnought. Spoilers. Retaliation? No. It's Retaliator. Retribution? Is it a Retribution? I mean, I'd be happy with the Bengal. I say I'd be happy. I'd have to get enough friends to... I just have a load of miscreants from my stream and chat trying to drive it. It is the Retribution. Yeah. Thank you. What's your prediction for which ships from the silhouettes teased at CitizenCon will be released in Q1 2024? That's a good question. New hoverbike. I think we could see the Retaliator variants. I think we could see... I mean, a lot of the variants are likely to be in the early part of the year. So basically, the first 6 months, they said they want to release at least 6 ships or ship updates. I also think things like the 600i might be on the cards. I think a lot of those ships are still the latter half of 2024. Things like the Polaris, much more likely, and the... not the Expanse, the Legionnaire, things like that. I suspect they're going to be latter half. But we'll see. So all of those are sort of planned for next year, including like the Zeus and stuff. Again, Zeus, I would expect it could be a September release for the Zeus? Question mark. First of all, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to anyone that celebrates it, and good tidings to anyone that would prefer tidings. What do you think of the progress they made this year? Are they far behind in their progress timeline, or are you happy about it? Star Citizen's development is very slow. It is getting a lot faster, and they're starting to make a lot more progress, a lot more core features being done, and now, especially with the movement of a load of the teams from Squadron 42 over to Star Citizen's Position Universe, which we'll see the dividends of, well, starting to see those dividends pay off now, but we should see that a lot faster throughout the whole of next year. I think they're going to be making progress a lot quicker. Up to date, I think sort of like starting within the last couple of years, they've started to make good progress. Before that, it was very, very slow and delay. There's loads of stuff that it's annoying that we're still waiting on Pyro and still waiting on server meshing, but it is getting there, and they're working on loads of other stuff at the same time, and they're bringing in other features while waiting for those. So, is it? Am I happy about it? I respect it. I certainly could be happier, but I'm confident with it. There's a difference between sort of like being happy with something and being like, yeah, that's sort of fine. It's sort of what I expected, or I think they're doing a lot better now, but still, I could be a lot happier, right? I'm excited for the year to come, for sure. I think that they had a terrible start to 2023, right? With 3.18 being pretty much unplayable, at least its initial launch, and then having lots of problems beyond that. Look at the Banu Merchantman. Will we see this ship at some point? Probably not in 2024. They might start it again in 2024, but I suspect it is a 2025 release, end of 2025 ship. That's what I'm expecting with the Banu Merchantman. Did they reveal what the larger alien silhouette belonged to? There are leaks and rumours about that sort of stuff at the moment. I don't think we know for sure yet. The Fat Fury is what it's being called. By me. And other people that I saw it called that and decided that I also agreed. Bugsy, when you asked if money was no object, what ship would I buy? Money is... If I had if I had £1 billion or $1 billion, I would still be thrifty. It is ingrained into my personality. I've come from no money at all. My parents are incredibly working class. So money has incredible value to me, even if it's just that perceived value for someone else could be a lot. So I don't like spending money unless there's a reason to spend money. Doesn't mean I don't. So I value comfort and things like that, and I have a level of I am at least a bit materialistic because I want a nice fast PC. I want a nice-ish house. There are some things that I really like. Food, delicious food. That's one of my major expenses. Board games, food, and PCs. Can you please do your best to have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year? Yes, thank you very much, Sketch Therapy. Genuinely appreciated. J-Bird, Sketch Therapy. All my other mods as well. You are beautiful people. Genuinely. Huntress. Genuinely appreciated for your support over the last year and well beyond that. I hope everyone has a fantastic Christmas, though, like genuinely. Or at least a Happy New Year. There's loads of stuff coming up in Star Citizen as well. So at the moment, obviously, they're running like things like Jump Town. They just did another preview replication layer test. We might... I suppose they won't do Pyro Playground now probably until early January again. But we'll have to wait and see. Loads of different things available to play on. And this will change each week on the experimental modes and Arena Commander at the moment. So Gun Rush and stuff like that. Gun Rush is a permanent fixture for this patch cycle, I believe. Really like Gun Rush. What else have we got? How many ships? How many pledged ships you have then? I've spent about $3,500 on ships for myself over the almost 10 years I've covered the game. And I can justify that almost like business expenses for the most part, right? Didn't in the start, but sort of like the business will buy them because we use them for content eventually. I try not to overly buy ships, and that's sort of separate from me buying ships or upgrading ships or whatever for giveaways. I do occasionally get a free ship from CIG as part of like patch releases or whatever. I appreciate all the kind words. Thank you so much. If you can get your ship to have lifetime insurance, why not? But I wouldn't go out of my way to spend a load of money to get it or anything like that. I don't give it much of a value. So lifetime insurance, in my opinion, will probably only cover the base hull and base customization of the ship. So no customization, basically. No cargo, no customization. And I suspect that most of the value of your ship, especially ships they really want to insure, are going to be from the components you've upgraded in them. You're going to be making lots of, and then you'll have to insure those, right? Should be a way of insuring those. Okay, so we've got those 10 vehicles. So those are the hover bikes I think we're getting. Obviously, the X1s have already come out. Bam. X1s. Some sort of new hover bike. Some sort of updated Urza or Lynx Rover. MPUV. So probably a cargo box one or a tractor beam one. What's that? That's a ship. That's the Fat Fury. That's the Legionnaire. These are the ships they showed us at ZenCon. That's the Zeus, right? Zeus Mark II, I think? Question mark. That's a Retaliator. So the variant of the Retaliator. Or he's sort of making it more modular. That's the Polaris. I might have got one of them the wrong way around from... That's the Zeus. The other one might have been the Zeus. And I didn't know what the other one was. If CIG work on capital ships in 2024, how many capital ships do you think we would have by 2026? So, Plan PM have been working on capital ships, so various tech for capital ships and all that sort of stuff for ages. So things like the Bengal, things like the Javelin, things like the Idris, they are going to be used in Squadron 42. They have a lot of that stuff done. When Squadron 42 releases, you're going to have the Idris M and P and the K kit in your hands to be able to use and play. If you own the ship, or they'll be available in the universe. A little bit after that, you'll have the Javelin. I don't know when we're going to have the Bengal. They should be attainable in game somehow in the future. Beyond that, they're working on other things like what do you consider a capital ship? So is the Hammerhead, is that a corvette to you? Is the Polaris? Well, Polaris is a corvette at the very least. So the Polaris we're going to have by the end of 2024. So they're working on a chain of RSI capital ships at the moment. So I suspect in 2025 you'll see a load more capital ships come out, or at least corvette sized. I didn't think so. The other one you said could be the Apollo. Zin and I tried to work it out if it was the Apollo, and we didn't think it was. Call it the Fury XL. Oh, you think it might be called a Typhoon or something like that? I think that's a nice name for it. Yeah. Do you think server meshing feature will work one day? Question mark. That we can all play together without bigger issues. So that's the overall goal, right? So there's lots of things that could go wrong, and there's lots of other solutions CIG could do to break down server meshing so that it sort of works. But if they can have it so that everyone can be on the same shard, they will. With just a massive dynamic server meshing. It's a possibility they will be able to do that. But it might be that stuff's actually broken down by region. It might be that there are technically lots of servers that are shadowed over each other. Although they all share a god of AI or like a god shard that sort of controls all of it. And shares information between all of them, there might be some breakup of the shards, might be multiple shards. So we'll have to sort of see. They have not finalised it. It's going to be based on what they can do with dynamic server meshing. The more the merrier. Now, my thrift organ, which I have, just feels pain if money is spent and it can't be justified. So, when I was talking about the $48,000 packages, like, some people can justify those expenses. I don't think I would be able to even if I had the money. Like, genuinely, it would cause me pain. But good on people that do that. Like, if you got money and you've worked for it and you want to spend it on something you want to spend it on, do it. Yeah? You want to support Star Citizen, you want to help build the game and help to effectively pledge to get that, or you want it because you can afford it and you just want some ships. You spend your money on what you want. Good for you. But some people acted like I was shaming people in the podcast. I genuinely wasn't. Like, I think I can't. It's not a level of money that I have spare. And even if I did, I just wouldn't do it. Yeah. And there's a lot of stuff that I do spend money. I spend a lot of money on food each year. Like, I get a lot of takeaways. I spend a lot of money on steak. Got quite a lot. Thousands in a year. So that's where most of my money goes on food, I think. I really enjoy food. It's been very hard to lose weight. I'll tell you that. But getting fit has been quite nice, although the last 3 weeks, since my internet's been bad, actually, I've been not exercising and eating as well, but still an okay level. I sort of need to get back on top of it. Maybe everyone's going to have a nice New Year as well. We've got the Lunar New Year in January, so sort of like mirroring Chinese New Year, but in Star Citizen, it'll be the year of the dog this year in game. You find those sort of red envelopes and that sort of stuff. Turn down the music very slightly. Ha 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 ha. What solar systems need to be developed for Squadron 42? The Odin system, we know for sure. Orion, I believe. Because Orion's the one that was attacked in 2015, which was Star Citizen year 2047? Fuck. I can't work out years. It's 930 years, so it'll be 2045, right? 2045. Be honest, 15. It'll be 2045, yeah. 930 years. So yeah, the Odin system was attacked by the Vandal, and we know that there's like Admiral Bishop going to Odin 2, I think. So Odin system to a degree, the Orion system, Odin Orion. I mean, I don't know beyond that. Some people think some of Terra needs to be done or whatever. So maybe some other areas need to be done, but I think the only two systems, well, the Odin system fully, or at least a large portion of it, and then Orion and stuff like that. The Orion system? The Orion where the Vandal attacked 2015? I think it is. My brain has forgotten a load of information. I think that sounds right. Apologies if it's not. But I'll do a video, a correction on it. But I think that Star Citizen, obviously, the Persistent Universe, they're working towards the Odin system. So you've got Stanton, and then they're going towards Nyx. We know they've already done a load of work on Nyx, and then that will go to Odin. Bored, yes, server meshing, yay, but let's talk about the new star map. Who, what, why, when, why thoughts. So that's actually one of my biggest hype things for 2024 as well. So because they plan to have it in, I believe, in the first 6 months? Question mark. I think that's the sort of rough plan. So new updated star map. So a star map that works and looks good and has a load of quality of life features. That's a win to me. I can't believe we've had to wait this long to have that. And the updating things like this, like the Mobiglass. That I think this is more military styled, but they're going to be updating the Mobiglass and stuff like that as well. So it's essential to have a good star map. We have a terrible star map at the moment. It's more terrible because it doesn't work. But working and with the quality of life equals win. When do you think we'll have Sol? I'm really looking forward to Sol, because obviously it's a reference effectively for the size of the rest of the universe. And I want to see what they've done with Earth and what our solar system looks like in Star Citizen, because that's kind of cool, right? A planet's 5-to-1 ratioed, and the solar system's 10-to-1, something like that, right? Can't remember what they originally had said, and what there's a lot of artistic and they play with that a lot. Also, things with like Sol, they could lock off the Sol systems in some way potentially. It's locked out because of some reason, or the gates are destroyed or something like that. They could do things like that in the future. Does your thrift organ tingle during spending, like you look down from the edge of a really tall place? Like, oh, not indigo. What's it called? Vertigo. Vertigo. No. So it would just feel. I'll just feel guilty. That's what it is. Really guilty. Well, oh, glad that didn't happen to me. Sort of. Disco said 2024 with Star Citizen's watershed year. So working toilets in 2024. Yes. Do you know what? I think janitor stuff is actually coming, and mopping, and potentially NPCs using toilets properly. I say properly. Going there, closing the door, flushing the toilet. And now we have a bunch more devs back on the project outside of the roadmap of features. What are in the top of your to fix list? So they need to get stuff right for the flight model for master modes. And then after they've got that and the resource management system in, they need to start balancing weapons and combat. Right? Weapons, shields, combat, items, components. And that's super, super important to get done ASAP. I want things like NPCs not spawning properly and missions being uncompletable to be things of the past. We shouldn't have accessibility, playability, and stability problems anymore, right? We should be starting to move out of those areas. But I mean, we are still in alpha for a reason, right? Got a ton of features for them to do. Looking fit, board, nice one. Nice, thanks. I personally can't wait for more fleshed out economy. Oh yeah, like Tony Zarek stuff, which was unfortunately absent from CitizenCon, the dynamic universe sim stuff, is working on sort of like a closed system, and they just sort of haven't integrated that in yet because they want loads of other things to come in first, and then they sort of hook it all up and get it all working and balanced. So will we start to see this in the latter half of 2024? Maybe. I think it's sort of like a genuine feature they want to integrate properly, like the economy and dynamic universe, and that sort of evolution of more dynamic content and more dynamic missions, more dynamic NPCs, and sort of events in 2025. That'd be my expectation. No. So I think that when it comes to money in real life, I'm always working for tomorrow's BoredGamer. I'm always working for my tomorrow's self. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I do like to work a lot because I don't just run this company. I do a collectibles and board game company thing as well, which takes a reasonable amount of my time. But I do like to work. So I have previously been bipolar, and if I'm working, if I'm concentrating on stuff, and whether that's making videos, whether that's doing admin, whether that's doing accounts, whether that's playing computer games or whatever, like playing with my mates, doing something like playing Overwatch even, or whatever, I'm not really depressed. I haven't got time to get depressed. I'm active. I've got purpose. Pretty happy. If I am bored, that is the worst thing in the absolute world to me. Oh, one of the reasons it's called BoredGamer is because I hate being bored. And I get bored of stuff pretty quickly. Star Citizen, I've not got bored of. Actually, I'm a lot more chill with stuff than I used to be 10 years ago. So, decade will do that to you. Do you know what the plans on how they want to fill the great universe with content and life, so that we always have lots to do? So it's a lot of dynamic content. It's going to be things like the game generates missions based on what's needed in the area, and that will be pirate bases, that will be encounters with miners, cargo ships, combat ships, interesting things to find, distress signals, tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of missions for all the different roles, counter missions for some of that, just all of that sort of stuff made as dynamic as possible, and then just a load of little minor encounters that you find as well. And then you have hot points for content for certain things. I do think they're going to take a lot of stuff out of the EVE playbook. I genuinely do. They're going to look at what works in EVE. They're going to go... Obviously, Star Citizen is a first-person shooter game where you can fly spaceships, and it's about your piloting skill. Eve a little bit different from that. It's got a lot of good content and ideas for content, especially in the way its economy works and stuff like that. Although Star Citizen's economy is simulation-led and NPC-led, player influenced, but Eve's economy is player-led and almost entirely player-based. Not entirely, but almost entirely. Yes, I think there's a lot of good in Eve, and they can obviously the playbook can be like what not to do as well. I mean, they're going to be looking at other games like Elite Dangerous and tons of games, right? And Freelancer, and what ship career do you feel is missing from the game at the moment? Well, loads. I mean, science and exploration are criminally not in. Stuff like hacking, bounty hunting done properly, but there's tons and tons and tons. I want a full-on set of industry careers. I want the ability to capture and hold points like space stations in game. There's a huge amount of combat stuff. There's a huge amount of find and recover much larger ships. So people fighting over battleships and things like that you can bring back and get on your account, or at least during the patch cycle. So I want to be able to salvage and repair a hammerhead. Just repair it. Find it, repair it. Get it back. Actually have that ship. If you had a hand in scheduling content for 2024, which would be your priority? Oh, good question. Obviously, Alpha 4.0 and server meshing is pretty high on the priority list. Star Map. Star Map is should have been done several years ago, right? An update of Star Map. And things like org and party features. We need a way to discerning at a glance who is in your org, and I want to be able to share spaceships with people. So also things like the assistant hangars and cargo elevator, pretty important for that. Yeah, there's a load of stuff I prioritize, I suppose. All the content at the same time. Travel the Map, thank you so much for that donation. Genuinely appreciate it, sir. I've been streaming for a while, and not streaming has affected the channel's income significantly. I think we've lost like at least a couple of thousand, which, you know, is wages for me and Zin from not streaming. Because we get a reasonable amount of views, we get some donations. They're quite long videos, and they give me a chance to work out what people want to talk about video-wise throughout a week. So I am really sorry about that. Travel the Map has asked a question, and thank you so much for that donation. Genuinely appreciated. Now that we've gotten all the Luminalia gifts, what are your thoughts? Good, bad, or missing something? I actually quite liked this year. I like the silly jumpers. I like the weapons. The weapons are really cool. I mean, would I have preferred to seen something else? Let me actually bring up the Luminalia. Why haven't I got Luminalia up on my screen? I swear I did earlier. Rex to Riches. Nope. Jumptown 2.1. It's running at the moment. Got a new island at Hurston. Which is a cool little Jumptown location. Bring up Luminalia, and let's go boop. Boop. What we got? I think the internet's working. That's my final. Click on all these. So you've got until the 8th of January to open all these. If you've got multiple accounts, chuck them on all your accounts. Got some skins for ships. Not a massive fan of getting skins for ships, unless they were for all the ships or something. Like, if they gave me paint that I could paint my ships with, awesome. Actually, I want... That would be an amazing thing to be able to do in Star Citizen. Obviously, you can use the Vulture and the Salvage Beam to write some stuff. Give me an airbrush. Give me some paint, and I can graffiti stuff. Oh my god, yes, please. Extra features. We've got some silly stuff like mugs and... I wonder if this is a one-use item to eat. These are the cookies. But I like the jumpers. I like flare. I like weapons with weapon skins. Especially machine guns, right? Oh, ho, ho. Oh, do you think it's... Oh, ho, ho, I've got a machine gun. Is this a Die Hard Christmas movie reference? Yeah. Not as much of a fan of skins. But I think some people like them, especially if you've got those ships. If you don't get those ships, you're like, meh. Maybe choose a skin. Might be better or something. I don't know. Yeah, I like the gifts this year. There weren't any silly pictures of something instead, right? There wasn't like a picture of handlebars from the hover quad. Okay? What? Roman advent calendar. There's no chocolate in this advent calendar. This is the worst. But yes. Thank you. There's always stuff that could be instead. I quite liked it this year. I'd change the skins to be something a bit different. That's just my personal preference. Joey Nova, thanks for all the Star Citizen news board. Thank you very much. It's not me that creates the news. It's the community and Star Citizen CIG. But I suppose I do create news videos. So thank you very much. Genuinely appreciate it. Oh, thank you. That is awesome. Can I do this? I can click on things. I've got a spread love button. Or I'll press all these buttons. Genuinely thank you very much for the donations and the people that have followed, people that use that join button, people that subbed. Yeah, genuinely appreciated. Oh, legendary. Right, what else do we have? What happened to Luminalia gifts at major landing zones? I haven't seen one since 3.22 dropped. I was finding gifts. Have I found any since? I'm sure I found them since 3.22 dropped. Sure I have. They're not worth much money at all this time, so I've sort of been ignoring them. Now, what are your thoughts once the new star map is in game of it being implemented in ships like the Carrack? So that actually having the map rooms and the map tables used. I think I'm okay with them just looking cool at this stage, rather than being fully utilised for the mapping. It'd be nice to be able to have a group map that you can look at and all sort of do stuff on at the same time. If we could airbrush our ships, how long before someone draws a big PP on it? Seconds. But the first thing drawn on a ship will be a big PP. Or a small PP, based on your scale. It's all relative, I suppose, isn't it? Hey, Bod. What the hell, my good man? Try and take some time off occasionally. Enjoy Christmas, relaxation, food. Love you loads. Thank you very much. Genuinely appreciate it. I will. I'll going out tonight after stream. All I've got to do is eat lunch. Can't remember if I've eaten lunch yet. I'm not sure if I have. All I've got to do is get a thumbnail and title of the video up. So the video's already sort of ready to go. I'll go out at 6 PM UTC tonight for a couple of hours. I might have a nap. You know what? I'm just chill. Do you know, when do you think we're going to finally see a rebalance of ship weapons after the resource management system's in? You will see some tweaks to them and some stuff done to them before that, but they're not going to do any form of true balance or anything major into that resource management system. And things like master modes. The items you get from the calendar will you keep them forever? They will go onto your account. So they are not wiped from your account during wipes. Do you agree with Zin that CIG will continue to buck the trend and grow again in 2024? Yes, I do think they will. It's weird that so many other studios are doing so poorly, even the big ones, at the moment, and CIG continues to do better year on year and grow and grow and grow. However, I believe there will be a net that they won't have made as much technically as they did in 2023 because of the amount they've grown this year, if you see what I mean. I think they'd need to hit like 25 million or something to grow more. Once they actually release the financials, which should be within the next week, and we'll take a look. Make sure they haven't actually released them already and I just missed them. Cloud Imperium. Clan Imperium Games. So on the Clan Imperium Games website, they release the financials every so often. Latest announcements. July 13th was the last announcement we got, and that's when they bought Turbulent. Thank you very much, Jaybird. You're beautiful. It's not spamming when it's my link. That's the way I see it. Do you think the Oracle is more positive because of practical reasons as she has seen more stability? She's just got more involved with Star Citizen and seen it grow, right? So, as in, very much more skeptical before, didn't understand Star Citizen, didn't really care about it, played it like once when it was super buggy and went, ugh. And then looked at expensive ships and go, what the hell? And now she's been playing it and seen it grow and enjoys it sometimes when we play it, and sees it as work sometimes, but also good fun sometimes. I think she's just got a different view, and she's now much more sort of like, actually, they're doing pretty awesome stuff, and she'll correct people. She's very realistic and reasonable, as in, but reasonable's sometimes not the word I'd use it in. But reasoned. When do you think the ship's kitchens will function? I do think there will be some level of cooking and kitchen functionality and storage for food in them, and the ability to transform rawer foods into not so raw and better foods. So at some point, I do not know when. The real scam this year was Starfield. So Starfield was pretty much exactly what I expected, which was a game that was hugely overhyped, but is still quite good fun. But not as well held together as Skyrim for me. I enjoy Skyrim a lot more. Starfield's fun. I think that with some updates and stuff, it can be a lot better than it currently is. I think some people really enjoy Starfield and the type of exploration and Skyrim in space sort of, or Fallout in space that sort of feel that it offers. Certainly not awful or anything. Is it the best game of our time? Nope. Baldur's Gate 3. Probably. For me, Baldur's Gate 3 and Dave the Diver, games of 2023, the best games. I enjoyed the latest Resident Evil remake. It's alright. Pretty good fun. Trying to think if there's any other amazing games. I'm quite enjoying the finals at the moment. That's quite good fun. Sort of, it crosses Battle Royale with arcadey arena shooter in quite a nice way. Not a Battle Royale, but yeah, it's got some of those elements now. Yes, I'll be cooking for Christmas. I'm going to be doing beef fillets and turkey crown. And then just a load of roast dinner things. Main courses, I much prefer mains. I'm not a desserty person. I don't have much of a sweet tooth. I do like an occasional dessert. I think for dessert we're going to have, they've got doing a chocolate and caramel roulade. I say I'm doing it. I've bought a nice one. And my brother's partner, she's made a Christmas pudding. I've bought some nice brandy so we can incinerate it. Because that's what you do. You light up. You get the most flammable thing in the house, and you chuck it on Christmas pudding. So yeah, heavy's my fave. However, I've moved on to playing a medium with the healing ray because I like magic beams. That's why I love Star Citizen. Merry Christmas, Trocatus. Thank you very much. Genuinely appreciated. Thank you for resubbing. Oh, you star. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you as well, sir. So yeah, so people have been saying they nerfed the heavies. I'm not entirely sure how. But people were saying to me they did. I was like, okay. But I've been playing medium recently, although my heart is for the heavy, just for the healing beam. and messing around. So my mate Zin's partner, who I play lots of games with, he plays as a medium with a grenade launcher. I run around with the riot shield and baton, but just mostly healing him, and that works pretty well. Oh, you've got Wi-Fi problems. Star Citizen does require a stable connection, unfortunately, especially when it's unoptimized, right? What else we got? Yeah, my shield melts so quickly with the heavy now, whatever shield I use. I'm probably going to go with the goo gun with the heavy in the future. When do you think the... That's what we talked about. Ship's Kitchen. Zin. Is that the new Moby? So this is the new star map thing here, with some of the potential updated Moby-class bits. Some of the stuff they showed off at CitizenCon was the military Moby-class, but there's new apps and there is a new refresh for that Moby-class coming out as well, but for the Persistent Universe. But star map is what I'm looking forward to. Oh. Anything else? Hello. Any idea when AI friends are coming? So, you will see AI blades first. And the ability for AI blades to automate some of your turrets. They actually have the tech there already. They use it for some of the larger ships, like the Bengal, like some of the ships with turrets on. Larger ones, they sort of have the tech that we will be using for AI blades. So that'll be coming, I'm hoping, by the end of next year. That's a possibility. And then after that, you're going to be getting NPC crew. Don't know when they're coming. It is a thing, though. We post some pictures of culinary delights. Yes, I will. I'll remember to. I will try and be a bit more active in posting bits, because obviously I do a lot of deluxification of board games and 40k, Age of Sigma, reasonable level, and D&D. I should probably share some of that, especially if I'm planning to do board games and sort of that sort of hobby stuff in the future. Persistent Habs. So, Persistent Habs, expect 2 phases for this. Expect it to be rentable Habs, or Habs that we have much more customization of in the major landing zones, and also in the future, ones that we can get like truly physicalized addresses for, be that at landing zones, be that outside of landing zones, or be that as bases, or at some of these other places like the new settlements. How's my back? My back, really, really good. I've got exercises and stuff, and because I've been getting moderately fit and losing some weight, not a problem anymore. Occasionally my back will like hurt slightly now. I'll do some sort of exercises where I do chin tucks and things like that, and it's sort of fine and it's sort of manageable. My mother, however, she hurt the lower part of her back, I think like sciatica or something, so I've had to be looking after her, which is tiring and stressful. I love my mother, but I'm busy a lot of the time with either making videos and or selling stuff and admin and lots of other stuff, yeah, that can be pretty stressful. I ain't got any time. Any news on building interiors, please? Thanks for all the videos and summaries. So we know that Climbing are working on building interiors. It's something that I'm expecting to see next year in game. So that expanding out for Lawville, that sort of stuff. We know that they're working on underground facilities. We know that they're working on the new depots. So they've got building interiors, as it were, sort of as part of that. Yeah, you'll see some more and more of that next year, but expect it probably for 6 months. Right. I think they're going to be rebalancing ship weapons. I miss the ammo we used to have. They will, but it will be after they get master modes and the resource management system in. Do you have any New Year's resolutions you can share? get my new house, be more sensible with money, be more sensible with my diet and exercise. Sort of basically it. Try to be stressed less, and when I'm playing games with my friends, try to vent less on comms. So sometimes, and you won't have seen this, I can be quite negative and quite stressed about something. So we're playing Overwatch, and I'm sort of complaining like, "Oh, it's we can't do it. We need someone to deal with this. Oh, I've been killed. Like, someone please take out the Mercy. Someone just please target the Mercy." Maybe not that sort of dramatic, but close. And not all the time, just sometimes. And obviously, that's not helping your team. That's quite negative to their morale. And something that I should, we're playing a game. Should be fun. Not playing competitive. Sometimes we are, but not playing competitive. I do want to do more silly ads for Kelto and other companies in Star Citizen. Sure. Randy, thank you very much for becoming a BoredGamer member. That's genuinely appreciated, sir. Thank you, thank you. I'm getting to the end of the stream. We're going to be wrapping up in a minute. If you've got any other questions, please ask them quick, and I'll answer them. Very much looking forward to 2024. And there's obviously Q1 patch, almost certainly going to be 3.23. And then 3.24 at the end of June, and then 4.0 at the end of September. That's what the plan looks like. We got with the house. That's a hard one. Been there, done that. I'm moving to Saudi Arabia from the west of Ireland. Culture shock here. Here we come. No, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be good. Good luck with that, genuinely. I suspect you've done a reasonable amount of research. I'm thinking of moving from the south to the north of England because it's a lot cheaper, and I'll be closer to the CIG studios. And I've got lots of friends that live up there as well. So, can you use your streamer powers to get my beloved freelancer an update? So all ships will be getting some level of update and balance over the next, potentially multiple little ones over the next few years because of the resource management system, because of master modes, because then of the rebalance of weapons and gear and everything. And they'll be tweaking stuff like that. Hopefully you'll get a couple of little things that make that freelancer look and feel better. Do you think gravity controls in ships will be binary or a slider? Almost certainly binary. Because I haven't heard it described or used otherwise. So probably binary. We know they have the ability to have it not binary. That said, the Vandal ships, for example, though, they have lower gravity. Oh. It might be based on species. Like, okay, Vandal ships have this gravity preferred. So that's just what it's set to. Maybe you can change it. Oh, no. It's a really good question, Shark Bites. Sharks bite. Can't words. Right. Are you supposed to play Star Citizen on Linux, but you can't at the moment because of a GPU? Words are hard, yes. It's Christmas, isn't it? That's why. That's a good point. Bear with me 1 second. Yeah. Me and my mates are going out to the pub tonight. It'd be nice to go out because I haven't been out in ages. I'm super anxious about everything. So part of a bit bipolar, very anxious about random things. Anxiety is probably the killer for me. Super worried about everything. Sort of like I've got a slight pain. It's mega super cancer. I've got letters come through the door, a knock at the door. It's the place to burn my house down. It's stupid, weird sort of panic. And so much better. Nubifer and Salty Mike and stuff a few years ago really helped me out when I was really bad with it, and I'm hugely better now. I'm super manageable. But one of the panic things that I have is getting drunk. Like, I never want to get drunk again, and I've been so good at not getting drunk. I got very drunk at a bar citizen earlier this year, and I was telling a CIG staff member. I'm not even going to tell you what I was saying, but I was very drunk. And fortunately, Zin and her partner were there to sort of reel me in and then sent me off to bed. So that wasn't awful, but I was sort of like, Chad Elliott. Chad Elliott, and he's a good chap. He's got pictures of me while I was drunk, just outside the pub, chatting to him, and I was just being belligerent, a bit of an idiot. It wasn't anything awful. But I just don't want to get drunk. You don't want to. It's potentially career ending for me, right? Being stupid drunk and saying something really idiotic, and that's a genuine panic, a worry that I have, and fortunately, hasn't terribly happened or anything yet. I've been really good about not drinking too much. But yeah, it's genuine worried about that tonight. I mean, and I'm going to be drinking very little. I'm going to be drinking water. I'm going to eat before. But I'm still worried about it. That's weird, isn't it? The Real Gordon, thank you very much for that donation. Genuinely appreciated. I like the fact I can get this button. I don't know what it does. The little heart thing, and then it shows my face when I click on it. Thank you for keeping many of us interested in Star Citizen during dry spells. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, sir. I appreciate that. I will cover Star Citizen, and if there is a genuine dry period for something, which is very rare, right? Because CIG putting out most of the time weekly news, or there's a new patch, or there's always something, right? I'll be looking at Reddit. I'll be looking at older stuff. I'll start up my ship series again. Looking at sort of ship buyers guides. There's a huge amount of content I can do on Star Citizen, and there's only more and more each year. Really love it. And I love the fact that people are regular viewers that are sort of here for the ride. Thank you so many people sort of supporting the channel this year, and for some people many years. Some people just found us. No more ships for the rest of this year. But you might get your Fat Fury within the first 6 months of next year, maybe? Question mark. So it's the anxiety of waking up and basically going, I have no control now over me being idiotic the day before. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to terribly offend someone. I don't want to get in trouble for being a dum-dum. I don't want to be streaking down the streets while drunk. Although, fortunately, one of the things of getting older now is I have less energy to do that. Banning Merchantman March? No. So we don't know. Don't expect to see any more on the Banning Merchantman next year. You might start to see them work on it again at the end of starting the end of next year. But they are prioritizing the RSI larger ships. So the background video is a video compilation that Cinder's put together from CitizenCon and engine demo and other interesting stuff that CIG are working on for Star Citizen. Some of it's in game now. Most of it's sort of planned for the next 6 months. And some of it's like so this is star cloth, and some of the tech they're trying to make more dynamic, flowing cloth and different types of materials. So this is showing off Admiral Bishop in Squadron 42's trench coat. That. all sort of tech and stuff that they want to bring into the game. Squadron 42 now feature complete, and bringing a load of that stuff into the persistent universe over the next few months. 2024 year of RSI dominance. I mean, it's certainly going to be the biggest and best year for Star Citizen. Cool. Based on what I was talking about with John CitizenCon, they're not going to be doing anything large until after at least one of the RSI capture ships release. So they want to have, really, before having any more large ships out, they want to get the resource management system done and probably master modes. Nosferatu. I like the name. If you can't check your bank balance, too drunk. But it's so easy now, just with card, right? I don't check my bank balance. I just... Yeah. And also, I have no ability to tell if I'm drunk or not when I'm drinking. But what I'm going to do is just be aware of the amount of drinks I'm drinking and drink lots of water and go home at a reasonable time. All of these things will help rein me in. And as long as I can sort of just be conscious of don't drink too much while I'm there, perfect. Yes, the football was good. That was a good laugh. That's very funny. I like that. I liked it when Jared was doing it under the dude as well. What do you think the next step will be in crafting? Bullets, attachments, mining consumables, mining gadgets? It's all a good question. So we do know that we're going to be able to craft pretty much everything from ammo all the way to ships, fabricate ships at some point with base building. What's the next step? Good question. Ammo, fuel. Yeah, ammo seems to be the most reasonable, right? Ammunition and missiles. That would be my expectation. Nothing good happens after midnight. Like a gremlin, like a mogwai. Oh, there's going to be lots of people that have never seen Gremlins who are not going to understand what the hell I'm talking about. Right. Thank you very much for that donation, by the way. Let's put it to... no, I don't want to put him into timeout. What? I didn't mean... Almost timed you out for a day. Apologies. I didn't in the end. I clicked on the heart symbol. But yes, thank you so much for watching us today. I'm glad my internet seems to be working now. Awesome. I'll be streaming again next week. I hope everyone has a great Christmas. If you want to contact me for any reason, you get me on my Discord, discord.gg/BoredGamer. Hello. You can get me at contact@boredgamer.co.uk as well if you want to email. We'll be giving away... I'll probably be giving away some ships, or at least a ship next week, because it's Christmas. Obviously, we've got the... Are we giving away a Corsair at the moment? That sounds right. Probably giving away something like that for December. Just comment on a video for a chance to win that. Sort of choose a random video, then choose a random comment on the video. That's how we do it. Actually, Zin's not going to be part of the randomization process. It's okay, I'll do a true random number generator. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'm glad my internet seems fixed. I'm glad you came and said hello and gave me money. I don't use Telegram. If you see someone in the channel that's appearing to be me, pretending to be me, you should know if it's me, because it will have the same channel name as me, and it will have my little tick and all that, and it will be from the exact same channel as the main channel. Now, that is me. That's the only me. Just me. You think it's like, this is strange, or this... BoredGamer 10213, or you've won a prize, rather than you've won this specific thing, and you can find out more information in the description of the video. So that's the only thing I'm going to point you out. I'm going to go, description of the video, I'll tell you where to go. And you can always get me on my Discord or whatever. Nobody uses Telegram. Only scammers use Telegram, from my experience anyway. Question, do we know if they plan on changing animations on landing and takeoff? If there's one thing Starfield beats Star Citizen, then is that animations and takeoff. What? It's all actually done. So obviously Starfield, you have no agency over your landing. But in Star Citizen, you are. I mean, you can obviously auto land when you're close enough. You are landing your ship. I think that's much better in Star Citizen, right? I mean, some people might not agree. Some people might want the more arcadey or the quicker, bam, 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 bam. Just get me into the action, get me back to base, get me back here. I'd say one of the worst things about Starfield is its constant loading screens and the ability that I can't land anywhere. He sends in season's greetings. Yes, I will. She also wished everyone season's greetings. I actually asked her, am I allowed to say on your behalf season's greetings to everyone and a happy new year? And she went, yes. So those to everyone. Yeah, there's no loading screens in Star Citizen. That's the idea. And that's one of the reasons I genuinely like it more. Happy holidays, everyone. Yes. Happy New Year. Hope you have a great one. I'll be back next week. Obviously, we'll be getting videos out, trying to get videos out every day. I might take Christmas Day off. I probably will have a video there. You know, why not? But yeah, thanks very much for watching. You take care. Consider supporting the channel by using the join button, becoming a Patreon, or donating, or just subscribing, liking, commenting. That all really helps as well. Love you guys, loads. Peace.